This is the NutriChef Sous Prime kitchen tool, and this is something that I have seen on TV and was interested in, but wasn't sure if I would use it, and I'm fairly sure now that I own one I will use it frequently. This is what it looks like, and it's got a line. If you can see, that's a minimum and a maximum line. You want the water in your kettle under the maximum line, but it will evaporate, so when it gets down to the minimum it will sound an alarm and shut itself off. You have a dial here and your on and off and set buttons here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get this to sit. Give me just a minute and I'll be right back. I had to reread the instructions to figure out how to set it. As you can see, there's a digital display on the top, and my goal temperature up here is 130 degrees, and it will cook for an hour and a half, which I set. As you can see, it's doing something. The water's vibrating and it's at 104 degrees. So what I'm going to do is use the handle, oops, and I clamped it right to the side of my pot. Now I have 2 steaks I'm going to make for dinner. I'm going to sear them just for 30 seconds, and I'll be back to show you when they're ready to go in the water. So now you see dinner. What I did is, the machine doesn't come with a recipe instructional book because there are so many options out there, and all you have to do is Google these things and the possibilities are endless. They were on cooking shows for a while, and it was something that really looked interesting to me. So what I did is I just searched for a simple steak recipe. First time I'm using this, and I wanted to make something easy and without too many seasonings, just to really get a feel for this machine. So I also do not have a food saver. So ideally you should vacuum seal your meat, but I did read that it will work with freezer bags, which thankfully I do have. So what I did is I heated up a pan and I gave my steak about a 30-second sear on each side and salted and peppered it. Then I put them in the bag with about a tablespoon of butter, kind of swished them around, sealed them, and plopped them in the water. Right now, it has been running for 2 minutes. It's going to go for 90 minutes, and then I will let you know what we've got. The instructions say give it one more sear and serve it. So, we'll be back. Alright, so the alarm just sounded on here telling me that the time I had set it for is done. And this is what our steak is looking like. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to give it a quick sear in the pan, and I will show you the finished product. Have it, my friends. This is a ribeye steak cooked with an immersion cooker, and I did give it a little sear at the end. Again, not something you have to do. It just seals everything in. You can see it's a pretty nice medium, and with it we're having homemade pasta from my pasta machine. It's an easy way to cook, and I can't wait to buy larger quantities of things like pork chops and such, and I can cook them and I can freeze them and just take them out, pop them in the pan and sear them, and we're good to go. So again, this is by NutriChef, and it's awesome.